Kanye West is one of the biggest artists in the world. He's a rapper, songwriter, producer, designer, pop icon, and entrepreneur. Regardless of how you feel about his music or views, there's no denying that Kanye is a master at using the internet to gain attention and grow his brand. He always seems to be involved in some type of controversy, and he's notorious for delaying most of his projects. All of this has me asking the question, is Kanye West actually crazy? Or is every Twitter rant and album rework a cleverly calculated marketing strategy to keep him in the spotlight?
The rap artist and fashion mogul Kanye West.
Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a guy.
With Kanye West making his 2020 presidential announcement last night.
Rapper Kanye West just can't stay out of the headlines.
But Kanye West has had one of the greatest careers of all time.
If you're new to the channel, I make videos on storytellers and entrepreneurs and things going on in the creator economy. And so if you're interested in that sort of thing, make sure that you hit the subscribe button below. So I've been a fan of Kanye for a few years now. And while I enjoy his music and his apparel, I'm incredibly fascinated by his ability to stay in the spotlight. So I spent a few days researching Kanye to find out what it is that makes him such a highly successful creator. And there are 5 things that I want to show you that make Kanye West a marketing genius. And the last one is his superpower. But first, one of the keys to Kanye's success is his unwavering confidence. Let's go back to the year 2007. Kanye West was set to release his 3rd studio album, Graduation. Originally, the album was set to release on September 18th, but Kanye decided to do something crazy. He moved the release date to September 11th to coincide with 50 Cent's release of his album, Curtis. This started what was termed an album sales war. Kanye and 50 Cent appeared on talk shows together, they were on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and they built up tons of hype. When the first week album sales came in, Kanye had sold 957,000, and 50 Cent had sold 691,000. Kanye won, but both rappers benefited from this marketing strategy. Being bold and confident have become a key part of Kanye's personal brand. Even before Kanye released his first album, he believed in himself when nobody else did. People tried to put Kanye in a box, saying he was just a producer and that he would never be a rapper. But Kanye has done an incredible job of being bold and believing in himself to do what other people don't think is possible. But one of the key factors in any successful marketing strategy is timing. Understanding that there are times when a consumer is most likely to make a purchase or be in the market for something new is vital in any successful marketing campaign. Let's rewind to 2016. Kanye West is about to release his new album, The Life of Pablo, and he decided to do something genius. He simultaneously hosted the first listening party for the album and debuted the Yeezy Season 3 fashion line at Madison Square Garden. The merging of his latest album release and his fashion line made the event unmissable, and it sold out in literally seconds. This built up huge amounts of hype for the album and the fashion line. Another great example is Kanye's use of social media. He always seems to start posting rants on Twitter anytime he's close to releasing a new project. Because he's usually not active on social media, it's always a big deal when he starts posting. This causes more attention to be on Kanye, and as a result creates more hype for the release of his new projects. But Kanye is able to increase the demand for all of these projects and products by using scarcity. Scarcity marketing is a technique where you release a limited supply in order to increase the demand. Anytime something's difficult to get, it just makes us want it more. This tactic capitalizes on a consumer's fear of missing out. In Robert B. Cialdini's book, Influence, he says, when things become less available, they become more desirable. If we have the choice of getting it now or possibly getting it in the future, then we choose getting it now. Scarcity marketing is something that is widely used, but Kanye is an expert at it. Before Kanye releases any project, there's always this built-up anticipation leading up to the release. This is done by having content that's released in bits to the public to create sort of a scarcity and keep the people wanting more. For the release of his new album, Donda, he allowed just a few people to listen to it and tweet about it to build up hype.
By no means is any of this organic. Kanye has exposed this record to certain people with the knowledge that they would go out and share the information that it's coming out. I don't think Kanye is just like showing this record to people for them not to plant the seeds of expectation for this album. You know, Kanye like very carefully or at least very purposefully, sometimes chaotically, but always purposefully, rolls out his records so that people are expecting it.
A really good example of Kanye using scarcity is when he made the decision to release The Life of Pablo exclusively on Tidal. This brought so much traffic to Tidal that they ended up having tech issues, and in a matter of days, it became the most downloaded app in the App Store. I remember when this happened, and I spent like hours trying to find the album online and put it on my phone because I couldn't find it anywhere. And of course, it just made me want to listen to the album even more. He also created scarcity with the merchandising shops that he did with the album. He had this strategy of having smaller, limited time merch shops all over the country that would just randomly pop up. He wouldn't say where the shops would be opening until a few hours before they opened. And of course, this caused people to be glued to their phones and Twitter because they didn't want to miss out on the opportunity. And Kanye, either on purpose or on accident, has created a sense of scarcity when it comes to his albums actually releasing. Throughout his career, there's been a number of times where Kanye announces the release of an album to later on just scrap the project entirely. This adds a whole other layer to his releases that always keeps people discussing if he'll actually release the project or not. But one of the keys to Kanye's success is his authenticity. Whether you agree with Kanye's views or not, you never really question if those are actually his views. In today's age, authenticity is highly valued, especially among millennials and Gen Z. We just hate overly manufactured content. And while Kanye is many things, he's not manufactured. His use of social media is especially authentic. He mostly uses Twitter, and his tweets are usually pretty controversial and unfiltered. And it's obvious that this resonates with people. I mean, he has over 30 million followers. Even his music is open and raw, talking about things that other artists would be too afraid to talk about. Yay, his 9th studio album was an incredibly authentic and open piece of work. The album cover states, "I hate being bipolar, it's awesome." And right from the first song titled "I Thought About Killing You," Kanye talks about his mental health, and we get a deep look into his mind. This album is without a doubt authentic, and most artists would never even think about discussing their mental health with such brutal honesty. Even in one of his songs on his new album Donda, he sings, "I'm losing my family," opening up about his recent divorce. That's one of the biggest things I've realized about Kanye. He stays true to who he is no matter how crazy and outlandish his views may be. Which brings me to my final point in Kanye West's marketing superpower. Kanye is a contrarian. A contrarian is a person who opposes or rejects popular opinion. Sounds kind of like Kanye. It kind of goes back to his authenticity in a way, but Kanye isn't afraid to use controversy. He's mastered the art of using negative publicity to build his brand throughout his entire career. On September 2nd, 2005, NBC was hosting a concert for hurricane relief. Despite having a script written for him, Kanye said this:
"George Bush doesn't care about black people. Please call."
After this move, Kanye West was all over the news and had international attention. Everybody was talking about Kanye. And it just so happened that Kanye had released his 2nd studio album, Late Registration, 4 days before the incident. Now, was this some calculated move by Kanye, or was he just speaking his mind? Who knows? The point is, it was an opinion that was polarizing and caused him to stand out and gain massive attention. In Robert Greene's The 48 Laws of Power, he explains that one of the best ways to achieve attention and power is by being unpredictable. You want people not knowing and constantly guessing what your next move will be. And in 2009 at the VMAs, Kanye did something that nobody predicted. As Taylor Swift was accepting her award, he did this.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. One of the best videos of all time.
This got Kanye in the news cycle again just in time for the release of his 2010 album, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. These controversies always seem to line up with some type of release. Kanye definitely understands the saying, any publicity is good publicity. Kanye doesn't just want to be famous, he wants to be an icon. Like Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, Walt Disney. All of these figures not only went against the norm, but they did something that was completely revolutionary for their time period. Kanye understands that if you do what everyone else does, you're not worth talking about, and you'll never rise above the competition. But from the beginning, he's always been a contrarian. That wasn't because he knew being a contrarian would make him popular. It's because he fights for what he believes in, even when the entire world is against him.